Hello students, good morning. Standard 12 and subject chemistry. Dear students, in 12th standard chemistry, the lesson we are discussing is lesson number 2, that is P block elements 1. And so far we have completed many topics starting from group 13 with the previous video. In the previous video we have seen about alums. So with that alums, group 13 elements over, and from this video we are going to discuss about the group 14 elements. First, can we recognize the elements of group 14? What are the elements present in group 14? Yes, they are carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and finally lead. So these are the elements constitute group number 14 in the periodic table. Okay, let us move on to the video. Dear students, in the group 14, that is in the carbon group elements, the properties we are going to discuss is occurrence. Occurrence in the sense sources from where we get those elements. Then secondly, physical properties about their electronic configuration, atomic number, mass number, density, melting point, boiling point, everything will come under the heading physical properties. So secondly, we have to discuss about the physical properties of group 14 elements. And the third thing we have to discuss is tendency for catenation. So catenation is a special property. About that we have to discuss. And finally, allotropes. About allotropes you might have a little knowledge because it is there in your lower classes itself. Okay, allotropism is nothing but a single compound or a single element exists in more than one form. That is called as allotropes. Okay, so what are the things we are going to discuss now? Occurrence, physical properties, tendency for catenation, and finally allotropism. And in the allotropism we are going to discuss only about the allotropism of carbon. Okay, let us see them one by one. Okay, dear students, in the occurrence part, only about two elements given. They are carbon and silicon. Okay. First, it is given about carbon. Carbon's native or its original form is graphite. Originally, it is available in the form of graphite. So that is why it's given the native form of carbon is graphite. And the other forms of carbon are coal, crude oil. These are the other two forms of carbon. And the other two, calcite and magnesite, they are the compounds of carbon. Calcite is CaCO3 and magnesite is MgCO3, calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. Those two compounds also possess carbon in a considerable amount. So from all these compounds, we can extract carbon. Okay, so what are the sources of carbon? In its native form, it occurs as graphite, whereas it also exists as coal, crude oil, and from the compounds like calcite and magnesite, we can extract carbon. So these are the sources of carbon. Then come to silicon. The symbol of silicon is Si, and it is available in silica. And silica is present in sand and quartz crystal. So for silicon, what are the sources? Silica. Silica is present in sand and quartz crystal. Also in silicate minerals and in clay, what is present? The silicon element is present. So in the occurrence part we have discussed about only two elements. We have discussed about carbon as well as we have discussed about silicon. Is it clear, students? Yes. Now let us move on to the next thing, that is physical properties of carbon family, that is group 14 elements. What are the properties I have taken here? First one is physical state. Physical state in the sense we have to represent whether the elements are solid, liquid or gaseous one. Then secondly, atomic number. So it is a very essential thing we have to know. Then isotopes. Okay, what are isotopes? Atoms with same atomic number but different mass numbers are called as isotopes. And finally, electronic configuration. Here I have taken only the outer electronic configuration of group 14 elements. Okay, so let us see this physical properties one by one. First property we are going to see is physical state. Okay, students, all the elements of group 14 starting from carbon to lead, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead, they are all in which state? They are all in the solid state. There is no liquid element, there is no gaseous element. Carbon is a solid, silicon is a solid, germanium is a solid, tin is a solid, and finally lead is also a solid. Then atomic numbers. What is atomic number of carbon? It is 6. And in the previous videos itself I have told you how to remember the atomic numbers. If you know the atomic number of first element, you can write down the atomic numbers of the successive elements. How? With this 6, if you add 8, what will be the answer? 14 is the answer. That is the atomic number of the successive element, that is silicon. Then with this 14 we have to add 18. When we add 18, what is the answer? 14 plus 18, that is equal to 32. That is atomic number of germanium. Then again we have to add 18. With 32, if we add 18, what is the answer? 50 is the answer. That is the atomic number of tin. Then with 50 we have to add 32. 50 plus 32, that is equal to 82. That is the atomic number of lead. So keep this trick in mind. When I taught you about group 13 elements, that time itself I told you the same trick. Again I have explained here. Okay, we have to remember the atomic number of first element, then we have to add 8, then 18 and finally 32. So by using this trick we can easily remember the atomic numbers of the elements of same group. Okay, then the third property is isotopes. Isotopes given. For carbon, how many isotopes are there? There are 3 isotopes given. What are they? Carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Then for silicon there are 2 isotopes, silicon 28, silicon 30. For germanium there are 2 isotopes, germanium 73, germanium 74. Then for tin, there is tin and lead there is only 1 isotope. For tin it is tin 120 and for lead it is lead 208. Okay, so with this isotopes over, then finally we have to discuss about the electronic configuration, the outer electronic configuration. Here only there is a change in the value of n. Okay, for carbon, what is the outer electronic configuration? 2s2 2p2. Then successively we can write 3s2 3p2, 4s2 4p2, 5s2 5p2 and finally 6s2 6p2. So in this slide, what are the physical properties we have discussed? We have seen about the physical state of the elements of group 14, then their atomic numbers, then their isotopes and finally their electronic configuration. Okay. Okay, dear students, the next thing we are going to discuss is tendency for catenation. Catenation is nothing but the ability of an atom to form a more number of bonds with itself and also with other atoms. A same atom can bond with its own atom, also with other atoms. So that bonding ability of an atom is called as catenation. Is it clear what is catenation? It is the bonding ability of an atom to bond with itself as well as with other atoms. Then this is the definition of catenation. What is given here? It is the ability of an element to form a chain of atoms, which means it is able to form a larger compounds. It is able to form a number of compounds. Okay, so this is called as catenation. And for an element to show more catenation, there are some conditions it should possess, and those conditions are given here. It is given under the heading conditions necessary for catenation. Look at the condition number 1. The valency is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, what should be its valency? It should possess either the valency as 2 or more than 2. That is the prior qualification for an element to show the property catenation. What it is? Its valency must be equal to 2 or it must be greater than 2. Okay, then for carbon, what is the valency? Its valency is 4. It is greater than 2, so it can have the ability of catenation. Then come to point number 2. What is given? It should have the ability to bond with itself. Okay, if you take carbon, it can bond with itself. Carbon single bond carbon, carbon double bond carbon, carbon triple bond carbon. So it should possess what property? It should have the ability of forming bonds with its own atom. That is the second property for an element to show catenation. Then come to property number 3. What is given here? The self bond must be strong. Self bond in the sense, if a carbon is bonding with another carbon, that is called as self bonding. So that self bonding should be strong as it forms the bond with other atoms. Okay, the strength of C single bond C must be equal to C single bond H. Okay, if an atom forms bond with same atom, that strength of the bond must be equal to if the same atom forms a bond with any other atom. Okay, so that is the property number 3. Okay, the self bond must be as strong as its bond with other elements. Then final condition is given: kinetic inertness of catenated compounds towards other molecules, which means it must be stable. After forming compound, it should not be attacked by any other molecules. That is called as kinetic inertness. So what are the conditions for a molecule to show the property catenation? Its valency should be greater than or equal to true. It should have the ability of bonding with itself. Then the self bond must be strong as its bond with other elements. Then finally, kinetic inertness of catenated compounds. Okay, and here, in order to conclude what is given, carbon possesses all the above mentioned properties, thus it forms a number of compounds. So out of the elements of group 14, which element possesses all the above mentioned properties? Carbon possesses all the above mentioned properties, so it has the ability of catenation, and so it forms not a number of compounds, it forms million or billion number of compounds. Okay, Mama, so it's a very, very important question. What is catenation and what are the conditions necessary for an element to have the catenating ability? Is it clear? Okay, then the final one is allotropes of carbon. What are allotropes? A same element exists in more than one physical modification, that is called as allotropes. And here we are going to see only about the allotropes of carbon. Carbon has a number of isotopes. Those are, the first one is diamond, then second one is graphite, then third one is graphene, fourth one is fullerene, and finally carbon nanotubes. So these are the allotropes of carbon. What are they? Diamond, graphite, graphene, fullerene, and carbon nanotubes. And in detail about these allotropes we will see in the coming video. Okay, Mama? Okay, so here what are the things we have seen? Group 14 elements, we have seen about the occurrence, then secondly about the physical properties, then tendency for catenation, and finally the allotropes of carbon. Okay, students, with this I have planned to stop this video. Then let us continue the allotropes of carbon in the coming video. Thank you.